In this corner, we have a Disney Store Jessie. And in this corner, we have a Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie. Let's get ready to battle! You're watching Today I Grew Up. Hey partners, this is Today I Grew Up doing another toy battle for you guys, and this time we're doing the one that you guys asked for. It is Disney Store Jessie versus Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie. So for a long time you guys wanted me to do this battle, so we're going to get deep into it. So it's really hard because both of these toys are very epic. On one hand, the Disney Store one's only about $30, and it's a fun ragdoll toy that you can throw around. And then on the other hand, the Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie is $90 right now at Target, so it's very expensive, but it's supposed to promise us movie accuracy and movie accurate digital Pixar Disney data. So hopefully we can do this battle and settle it once and for all. Which Jessie is the best Jessie toy you can buy? So looking at the boxes alone, it's really hard because I really love both of these boxes for different reasons. I love the Signature Collection box because I like the colors, it's vibrant, it's kind of like happy and inviting. And on the other hand, the Disney Store Jessie box, it's really tall and skinny, but it also to me looks more like what a rag doll would come in. But you know, in Toy Story, we never really saw the boxes for Woody's Roundup. So supposedly John Lasseter, the guy who created this, he had said that Jessie would come in a box like the signature one, but I don't know, it's bright pink, it looks really modern, and if the ragdoll toys are supposed to be from like the 50s or 60s, I think they would come in a more vintage looking box. So based on all these factors alone and my preference, I'm gonna give Disney Store box a point for having probably the best box over the Signature Collection box. That's just my point. Now, one of the big complaints that I have is the Disney Store Jessie does not have a stand. Signature Collection has a nice stand it comes with, and when you're paying $90, I do expect that. Disney Store is only $30, but it doesn't come with a stand. So that's a big bummer for me. I really wish it came with a stand. So based on that factor alone, I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for including a stand. So for this video, I need to give her a stand, so I have an extra Toy Story Signature Collection stand that I'm going to use to finish my battle. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the eyebrows first on the face. But if we look at the movie still, we can see that Jessie actually has brown colored eyebrows, but not red colored like her hair of yarn. So based on these factors alone, if you look at the movie, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Disney Store has more movie accurate eyebrows because they're brown, and that's the color they're supposed to be. So I'm going to give Disney Store Jessie a point for having the right colored eyebrows. Now if we look at a movie still of Jessie with her teeth, they're actually closed. So when you're holding Jessie and she's not in alive mode, it's more like the movie if her teeth are closed shut. So on Disney Store, the teeth look open like they're about to talk or eat something. So I like Toy Story Signature Collection because the teeth are closed like the movie. So I'm going to give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having the right teeth. So now moving on to overall face sculpt. This was really tough for me because I really love both for different reasons. I love Toy Story Signature Collection face because I feel like it just feels a lot more natural to me sometimes. But then if you look at Disney Store, it looks a little bit more like the movie when she's in alive mode. So it was a really tough decision for me. The eyes look more accurate for Toy Story Signature, but then the eye color is okay on Disney Store. Overall, I'm gonna give Disney Store a point for having a better all face. But it was a tough call. I loved both of them, but I think that the Toy Story Disney Store Jessie won for me just based on the facial features of the cheeks and just the overall look. I think it looks great, especially the hairline on the top there too. Okay, so now we're gonna look at the hair of yarn, the red hair. So if you look at the movie still, the ponytail is actually not hanging as low as the Disney Store. I think the Disney Store went a little too crazy with the hair length. It's a little too long and fluffy and poofy, but on the Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie, I feel like it's a lot more tapered, it's a lot more natural looking, It's the braid is tight and close to the body, and the bow is perfect proportion. On the Disney Store, the bow's too big. The hair is just a little too much, and too out of control. So based on those reasons alone, I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having the better red hair of yarn. Now we're gonna look at the ragdoll arms. On Disney Store, they're a lot longer, and on Toy Story Signature Collection, they're a lot shorter. Now, if you look at the movie still here, it looks like Toy Story Jessie's arms are kind of like long. So I think it's more accurate on the Disney Store Jessie to have longer, lanky, hanging arms. Because in the movie, it appears that Jessie had really, really, really long arms because they kept kind of going past her waist. Especially like her cuff area, it kind of just goes to the waist. So based on this factor alone, it looks like the Disney Store Jessie is more accurate with longer arms than shorter arms on Signature. So I'm gonna give Disney Store Jessie a point for having more movie accurate arms because they're longer, and in the movie it looks like they're supposed to be long like that. So moving on to the hats, I really like the color of the Signature Collection Jessie hat. It's more vibrant, it's red. It's a little bit smaller than the Disney Store one, but that doesn't bother me. The Disney one is a deeper red. It has a peg thing in the middle. I don't really like that. And on Signature, it has a little strap to like put around her chin. And then the biggest thing for me of what I didn't like was on Disney Store, here on Signature, it actually has like real threads. And that's very movie accurate on the top of the hat. But on the Disney Store, it's just this cheap plastic threading. So that's not accurate. So based on these factors alone, I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie hat a point for having the best hat. So taking a look at the pattern on top of the shirt for Jessie, you can see that it goes shoulder to shoulder in the movie, and Disney Store does a great job of that. My problem with the Signature Collection is Signature Collection has like puffy shoulders, so it doesn't kind of like, if you look at the pattern with the shoulders, it looks more accurate on Disney Store. So I'm going to give Disney Store a point for having a more accurate shoulders and accurate pattern on top of the shirt. So I'm sorry to say, but this is the truth. On Signature, Jessie is a little too fat and wide on the waist. And on Disney Store Jessie, she's a lot thinner and trim and skinny. So you can definitely tell it's a lot wider. Now, if we look at the movie still, you can see that Jessie's actually supposed to be skinnier, and just the proportion of the waistline is important. So I'm gonna give Disney Store Jessie a point for having a thinner, trimmer waistline. Now looking at the belt buckles, I actually don't really like either of these, but I really, really don't like the Disney Store belt. The Disney Store belt goes on too long and stretches out outside the waistline, and that is not movie accurate. The belt at least looks more movie accurate on Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie because it's shorter, and that looks true to the movie. Now, based on the buckle, like I said, the colors are both off, but I prefer Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie. So I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having a better belt and better belt buckle detailing. Overall, I like it better. What is going on here, guys? Disney Store is beating Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie right now. I am in awe. I cannot believe this. I go into these toy battles non-biased, so this is kind of crazy for me. So Disney Store right now has 6 points, and Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie has 5 points. Who's gonna win this toy battle? Let's see. So taking a look at the chaps, I call them, that are covering the jeans, I really, really like Toy Story Signature Collection ones because I feel like they're more movie accurate. They don't go all the way down to the bottom of the boot, which I think is better so that Jessie doesn't trip. And if you look at the Disney Store, they just go too long, and I think that's not movie accurate. Also, there's glitter all over Disney Store's chaps, and I don't really like that. That's not movie accurate. And also, they're like a darker color. They're not a true white. They look a little more dingy and dirty. So overall, if you look at the movie, I definitely prefer the length of the Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie chaps. So I'm going to give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having the better chaps out of these two Jessies. So one thing I really like about the boots here on Toy Story Signature Collection, there's actually like a cactus pattern on it that you can see. I really like that. It matches the Toy Story collection Woody I have, and I think it looks really great. On Disney Store, it's just a lot more plain. It's a little glossy, which I don't like. I think in the movie, Jessie doesn't have glossy boots. They're more of a matte finish, like the one here on the right. So because of the cactus pattern and the matte finish, I'm definitely gonna go with Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie's boots for having better detail. So I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having the better boot. Now, if we're talking about movie accuracy, to have Andy on the bottom of the boot, I think gets a point because that's how it was in the movie. So I'm gonna give Disney Store Jessie a point for having Andy on the bottom of the boot. Now this is really important, the pull string ring. So in the movie, we know that Jessie has a very small pull string ring. And if you compare both of these, Disney Store is too big and the Signature Collection is more movie accurate. I can almost fit the ring of Signature inside of Disney Store. So based on that, if you look at the movie, I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having a more movie accurate pull string ring, and Disney Store is just way too big and it doesn't look good to me. Now if we look at the jeans, I definitely like the jeans here on Disney Store because on Disney Store it actually looks like it has a real pocket. I tried on Signature to feel for a pocket, didn't really have one. It just looked like a pocket, but there was no folds, no pockets at all. But on Disney Store, even though it may not function as a real pocket, it does have a flap on the top, so it feels like a separate piece of fabric was sewn on. So to me that looks awesome, that it looks more like a real pocket, and on Signature it's a fake looking pocket. Also, the coloring on Disney Store jeans to me look more accurate. On Signature Collection, the jeans look too dark. So overall, I'm really loving the color on Disney Store jeans. So I'm gonna give Disney Store Jessie a point for having better jeans. So looking at the cuffs and the sleeves of both Jessie's, if you look at the movie still, it is very apparent that the Toy Story Signature Collection sleeve is more movie accurate. Why? Well, if you look at the pattern here in the movie and compare it, Signature, they're really small stitching close to the top. On Disney Store, they're too big of loops, and it's in the middle of the sleeve, not towards the top. So Signature is more accurate. So I'm gonna give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having more accurate sleeves, because in the movie, it looks more like that. So it looks like Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie just needs one more point to win this battle. We'll see what happens. So if we look at the buttons really closely and we look at the movie still here, you can see that the buttons are too dark on Disney Store. On Signature, they're nice and white and silver contrast. On Disney Store, it just all looks gray and silver, so there's no real contrast. And also, the buttons are a lot smaller on Signature Collection, which is more movie accurate. I think the buttons on Disney Store are way too big and taking over the chest and the stomach area of the body. So I really don't think the buttons are movie accurate on Disney Store at all, and they're actually poor quality, but on Signature Collection the buttons feel like a nicer quality as well. So comparing these factors, I'm going to give Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie a point for having the best buttons. So the results are in, and Disney Store ended up with 8 points, and Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie is the winner with 10 points. Guess there's only one room for one deputy in this town. So the winner of this toy battle, Jessie toy battle, is Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie is the winner at 10 points. Now, there are so many great things about the Disney Store Jessie, the price point, but there's also a lot of inaccurate, movie accurate details that are not there. And the quality that you do pay for Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie is there. And I feel like it has so much more to offer for your collection. Number one, Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie doll here actually has a stand that you can display professionally with your other toys. Also, Jessie has way more sayings than the Disney Store. Disney Store has about 10 to 15 phrases on the pull string, but Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie has over 50 sayings. I think there's about 33 sayings on the box, it says, but it also has an alive mode, so there's a way you can talk to Jessie, and Jessie interacts with you and talks back with you, responds to your voice, and also it's cool to have that feature. So it's not only a pull string toy, like the Disney Store, but it also goes above and beyond and offers more for your money. So I definitely recommend you pick up this Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie. I believe it's the best Jessie toy you can buy. Definitely worth the price, and that's just my opinion anyway. So I hope you guys like this toy battle. I will do more in the future for you guys. I do have more for you guys to check out. Check the link below. As always, if you guys like what you see on this channel, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.